What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading, back at it again with another crypto market update. Today we've got Trump, Melania, Dogecoin, Pepe, and Bonk. I'm sure you're all wondering what's going on with these cryptos, especially with Trump and Melania, given that Trump is going to be inaugurated later today. So we're going to do a deep dive, and we're just going to go very quickly through Trump and Melania because, of course, those are meme coins, and I'm sure you're all wondering what the hell is going on. With that being said, if this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, guys, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of these cryptos. Your analysis could be different, and honestly, guys, if it is, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion we have, the better traders, the better investors we're all going to become. So, guys, here, starting with Trump, we're going to go straight to the chart. I haven't really drawn anything here because honestly, it's just such a crazy speculative thing, and I don't want to come across as like encouraging anyone to trade this in any sense, because as you can see, it's been very volatile. But just literally based on my very simple target math that I do on all my cryptos, we have a starting point. We're on the 4-hour chart, in case I didn't mention already. The starting point here is somewhere around $25, I would say. We have a resistance somewhere around 75 roughly. So of course the difference there would be 50. So all we have to do is take the difference between those two levels and add it to the resistance. So that gives us a Trump target potentially of somewhere around 100, as high as $125. And I actually think that makes sense, because what that would do in that case, guys, is it would probably take Trump to a market cap that's within the top 10. I think that when the Trump meme coins enters the top 10 cryptos by market cap, that's probably going to be like the headline that causes the local top, as well as Trump's actual inauguration, and maybe he'll have some executive orders after that. I think the combination of those two factors, Trump entering the top 10 and executive orders being signed, that's probably going to mark the top for the Trump meme coin. So if you see a headline that Trump has entered the top 10, and you're holding Trump, then that's probably your time. That's not the beginning. That's the end of the move, at least in the short term. So that's Trump out of the way. We can go to Melania here, which again, is even more pointless to kind of do any technical analysis. We're on the 4-hour. You could say that we have a kind of bull flag forming here, and if we do have a bull flag forming here, guys, then same thing, very simple. So you can actually use the same target math on bull flags. Starting point basically around 0, resistance somewhere around $11. So we can be conservative and say there's a difference there of $10. So I think Melania, the meme coin, is going to hit somewhere around $20, probably around the time of Trump's inauguration. That'll probably be a local top that corresponds along with the Trump meme coin, and then it'll probably fall from there. But I'm sure, I won't be surprised if both cryptos go higher in the future. But in the short term, over the next day or so, expect both Trump and Melania to hit a local top here. So now that we have Trump and Melania out of the way, we can get to the actual, I guess, content of this video, which is, of course, starting with Dogecoin here. And of course, the main thing to watch today over the next couple of days is going to be the Department of Government Efficiency, which of course the acronym is DOGE. This is a thing that's being spearheaded by Elon Musk. The acronym actually came from Howard Lutnick, the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, that custodies, tethers, reserves. It's a whole rabbit hole there. But long story short, guys, you can see that that DOGE, like the Department of Government Efficiency, it hasn't tweeted anything since January 17th. I suspect, or posted, I suspect that we're going to see a post maybe later today or tomorrow or in the coming days. And this is probably going to be the catalyst that causes DOGE to go higher, like the DOGE meme coin, because there's probably going to be announcements saying we're officially beginning our operations, and this is what we're going to do, and blah, blah, blah. And this is probably what's, and of course, for those who don't know, DOGE, the purpose is basically to cut government spending, U.S. government spending. We'll see how successful that is, but just keep an eye out specifically on this Twitter/X account. The moment you start to see it posting either today or in the next couple of days, I do think that's going to take DOGE higher, which of course brings us to the charts here, guys. And in this case, I did draw things out because, there's a lot more price history to go off of, a little bit less speculative. Of course, Dogecoin is a meme coin, but at least there's, some catalysts you can point to in the coming days, in the coming weeks. It's a little bit, for the time being, let's say, it's just easier to analyze. I'll put it to you that way. It's just easier to analyze. We're on the daily chart here, guys. This is not the 4-hour. This is the daily. We're always on the daily here, unless we're covering Trump and Melania meme coins, apparently. But with that being said, guys, the starting point of this most recent move, since the start of November, the starting point is somewhere around 20 cents. We have a resistance level quite clearly somewhere around 45 cents. Of course, that gives us a difference of around 25 cents. So all we have to do to get the target is we take the difference, we add it to the resistance, and we get a target of around 70 cents. Of course, if you're trading this, you do need to wait for Doge to get above this resistance level before you start, getting too excited and going long. From that resistance level, you'd be looking at around a 55% upside. And of course, from the current level, you're basically looking at a 2x. So if you're currently holding Doge, expect a 2x. And again, guys, this 2x is not going to come, it's not going to come overnight. It's going to take a few days for it to get there. Probably, I would say, by the end of the month or maybe into early next month. I do think that Doge will hit this target, and it's going to be a pretty nice target. And then at that stage, maybe you'll see a little bit of a pullback, and then I do think Doge is going to hit $1. But again, guys, we have to take things one step at a time. And as the charts look today, it suggests that that Doge is going to hit that 70-cent target probably in the next couple of weeks. And do keep in mind that if it gets rejected from this resistance level, it could fall back down to the support level of around 35 cents. It did fall a little bit below that to 30 cents back in late December, early January. But you can see over here over the last couple of days, there was a little bit of dip buying around this 35-cent level. So I don't think Doge is going to be going below that again, with that, at least in the short term. With that being said, guys, of course, you might have noticed we're using Binance there. You can get a 20% trading fee discounts and up to $600 in bonuses if you use the link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything to take advantage of that deal, and those trading fee discounts will help you out a lot. I know this from experience, from the previous cycle. Even if you just have a few $100s, a few $1,000s, if you're trading frequently, those trading fee discounts will come in handy. You will save money on those. And again, it doesn't cost you a thing. The exchange gets a new user, you get a trading fee discount, and we get a cut of your trading fees. That's how the Coin Bureau makes its money. We have no agenda here. We're not paid by Dogecoin or Trump or Melania. We just analyze the cryptos that we find interesting, that we think you guys will find interesting, and we basically say, hey, and if you do find them interesting and you're looking to trade them or buy them or sell them or whatever, then you can take advantage of our deals in the description. And again, it's a win-win-win for everyone there. Anyways, guys, moving on now. I guess taking us back to the Trump stuff here. So, but basically, you might be wondering, okay, what's going to cause Pepe to pump? We're looking at Pepe now, and so you might be confused, like, why are we looking at Eric Trump? What does Eric Trump have to do with Pepe? Well, basically, guys, what's really interesting is that Trump's World Liberty Financial, this DeFi protocol that Trump is launching on Ethereum, is basically they've been accumulating Ethereum, and it does look like, based on Trump's tweet here, that later today there's going to be some announcement that could potentially be bullish for ETH. And the thing about Pepe, guys, is that it's on Ethereum, and it's fundamentally, you could say, like an indicator of liquidity, basically an indicator of money that's moving into Ethereum's ecosystem. So I do think that if we do see an ETH pump later today, as a result of something World Liberty Financial is doing, I do think that meme coins on Ethereum will benefit, and Pepe is one of them. So that's, there's your alpha. Basically, I'm saying is that assuming that what Eric Trump is saying here is that there's going to be a pump of something related to Ethereum later today, then Pepe is going to pump later today, possibly even by the time this video goes live. So with that being said, we can open up the charts here. I actually do think that Pepe is going to head up to this resistance level. Maybe the initial pump that we're going to see later today with ETH will take a Pepe back up to this resistance. It's 0.000 with 4 zeros, 2. I'll just use the numbers here, guys, just to keep things simple. And you can see the zeros here on the screen. But the resistance level, if Pepe does pump, is going to be somewhere here around 2. Again, that's not 2 cents, $2, 0.00002. Again, just to get the target, we just have to look at the starting point of this most recent move. That's somewhere around 1. And of course, the resistance is 2. And the difference between those is 1. So all we have to do is add 1 to the resistance, and we get a target of 3, specifically 0.0003, which from the resistance level would be an upside of around 44%. So if you're trading and you're waiting for confirmation, you'd be looking at around a 44% upside, which of course you can juice up with some leverage. And from the current level, you'd be looking, and if you're holding Pepe currently, you'd be looking at around an 80% gain. Again, this is going to probably come, I would say, in the coming days, in the next couple of weeks, maybe by early February, we should see Pepe getting up to that target, I think. And yeah, guys, it's, the chart's looking pretty bullish. Of course, do keep in mind that it could fall back down to the support level, but that's where it's trading now. I don't think it's going to go much lower. I do think it's going to bounce from here, go to that resistance level, and then once it gets above that, it's going to go for that target. And again, it's going to look pretty nice, and I do think it's going to correspond to an ETH pump. So with that being said, we can now turn over to Bonk, which is a similar story to Solana. Of course, as a result of the Trump and Melania meme coins, there's been a lot of capital moving on to Solana, and I actually pulled up a DeFi llama to show you guys here. So this is actually pretty crazy. Like, the Solana's total value locked is increased by like 2 or 3 billion, which means that a bunch of money has been coming in, of course, to like trade on dexes and stuff like that. But it's pretty crazy, guys. Like, I do think that that this is telling you that obviously a lot of money is moving into Solana's ecosystem, and although a lot of that money, of course, is being concentrated right now on like Melania and Trump meme coins, I do think that it's going to rotate probably back into the other meme coins. Like, think what's going to happen after the inauguration. That kind of like local top is going to be in, and then all of those meme coin whales, like Solana meme coin whales, are probably going to be rotating into other meme coins. And the thing is, guys, and this is what a lot of people forget, is that when you have these big investors that are taking profits on these, like larger cryptos, they can't really go and buy like a small cap. You know what I mean? They have to rotate if they want to, keep getting more gains, or like do, like be able to cash out a large amount of money. Because like logically, you would rotate into another crypto so that you can have your money go up even more and then cash out. But you can't really do that with a small cap, because if you pump up a small cap, let's say by like 10x or 50x, okay, sure, you pumped it up by 10 or 50x and maybe you have 10 or 50x more money, but you won't actually be able to withdraw that capital. So what I guess is a long-winded way of saying, guys, is I think that some of these whales, like the Melania and Trump meme coin whales, will probably rotate their gains into other large Solana meme coins because they'll be able to pump those and withdraw that capital, if that makes any sense. Like they'll be able to pump them up, let's say by maybe not 10x or 20x, but like by like 10 or 20%. And then they're able to take that profit out without worrying about slippage, basically without worrying about crashing the price. So I do think that that's what's coming here. And in terms of a specific catalyst for Bonk, it looks like there's some competition that's going on here now, and that's going to end on January 28th. And of course, that's basically in the next week. So I do think that between now and January 28th is probably when we're going to see some rotation out of these Melania and Trump meme coins potentially into Bonk and other large Solana meme coins. And in this case, probably to take advantage of this volume competition here and maybe get whatever prizes they're promising along with that. So with that being said, we can turn over to the Bonk chart. Also looking very good. Again, same thing as Pepe, lots of zeros here. So we'll take things one step at a time. The starting point here is 2.5. Again, that's not 25 cents or $25. It's 0.000025. Starting point of this again, we're on the daily in case it wasn't clear enough. Starting point is around 2.5. We have resistance somewhere around 5 or technically 50. And of course, the difference there is 25. So all we have to do is take the difference and add it to the resistance. And that gives us a target of 75, which is of course not 75 cents, not $75. It's 0.000075, which from the resistance level, if you're trading, you'd be looking at an upside of around 50%. From the current level, you'd be looking, I believe, at roughly a 2x, more or less. Yeah, more than a 2x, 120% gain roughly. So yeah, if you're holding Bonk now, yeah, you expect more than a 2x potentially in the coming weeks. Again, it's not going to happen overnight. It's probably going to take a few days. But the bullish trend here for Bonk is intact, just like it is for Pepe, just like it is for Dogecoin for that matter. So I do think that Bonk is probably going to hit this resistance level maybe by the end of the month, and then maybe sometime in February it will hit that target. So just keep an eye out for that. It's going to be really exciting, I think, and do keep in mind that if we do get a rejection from the resistance level, Bonk might fall back down to the support level. But once it's back above the support level, I don't think it's going to go below that anytime soon. Maybe in like a month or something, or a couple months, it'll come back down to this range to consolidate before moving higher to the cycle highs. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So with that being said, guys, of course, I'm going to show the Coin Bureau Club here at the end of the video. That's where we do deep dives into promising small cap altcoins every single week. We literally do like a 20 or 30-minute video, like deep dive into these promising small caps. And yes, there are still many to be found. I know everyone's focused on meme coins and everyone's wondering if alt season's ever going to come. Spoiler alert, it is going to come. We're about to see changes to crypto regulations in the US, and it's going to be absolutely insane. And I'll tell you guys, of course, about a small cap that I'm watching that we're actually going to be adding to the poll later today in just a second. But of course, I should explain first that the way that we add these altcoins to the poll is that it's basically based on a combination of our research as well as basically the research of our Coin Bureau Club members. We have a lot of really talented people in there who are always finding these super interesting altcoins and asking us, if we can add them to the poll, and we take a look, and if they're good, then we add them to the poll, as well as like some of the altcoins that we found. Everyone votes on those altcoins, and then whichever one wins is the one we cover. We have a research feed where I'm sharing the type of insights I'm sharing in these videos. I'm sharing those in more detail in the research feed in the Coin Bureau Club, as well as our other researchers, I should say. We also showcase our personal crypto portfolios as well as the cryptos we're watching. We have exclusive deals on like these top crypto analytics platforms and stuff like that. And of course, we have a members Discord where you can ask us questions, and where I'm doing technical analysis every single day on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and just keeping track of all this craziness that's going on in the market. With that being said, guys, it's about time you got some alpha here. So this is actually something I'm going to be posting, I think, in a couple hours here in the Coin Bureau Club as well. And basically, it'll be live by the time you see this video. But I was thinking a lot, like Solana has meme coins. Base seems to have like AI agents, right? I believe that Aptos is going to have emoji coins. Not going to get into those details here. You can become a member of the Coin Bureau Club and find out about that. I do think that emoji coins is where the next 10,000x alpha is going to be or gains are going to be in terms of these, I'm like thinking it's like, what is the speculative stuff that's going to attract users? Again, Solana's meme coins. For Base, it seems to be AI agents. And I do think that for Aptos is going to be those emoji coins. But then the question is, okay, what is it going to be for Sui? What's going to be the thing that brings people into Sui and has people speculating and driving demand for the Sui coin? I actually think the answer, and this might sound a little bit strange, but I actually think the answer is Sui domain names. And you might like be rolling your eyes and saying, "Oh, I remember domain names, like back from the, .crypto domains and whatever from the previous cycle and like these .sol domains on Solana." And the thing is, guys, that like all these domains, the argument for why these crypto projects are making these domains is because, oh, it's human readable and it makes it easier to send money and blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is, guys, that a crypto wallet address is arguably more easy to kind of like move around than like bank account addresses. You know what I mean? Like a Swift and BIC and all this stuff. Like for crypto wallet addresses, you can typically just like copy and paste. And those of you who like make lots of bank transactions, oftentimes you can't copy and paste the bank info. You have to manually type it in, which is like 10 times more painful than like sending something in a crypto wallet where you're just like copying and pasting. But anyways, guys, the thing with these names on Sui is that Sui, of course, is very geared towards gaming, and the thing is that in gaming, like gamer tags are everything, right? Like having your like really awesome name is something that is I guess like the most important. Like if we think about on the internet in general, it's like on social media you use your real name typically, not always, but typically people use their real name on social media. When it comes to financial transactions, like people are using bank accounts and like crypto wallet addresses. It's fine. It's like it's I don't think that's going to change. I don't think it's something that people are really obsessing over or too concerned about. But the one thing where I think crypto is missing is like, if you're a gamer, you don't want your gaming name to be 0x like ease says, you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna care. Like it's lame. Like it doesn't give you any identity, right? So this is where these domain names are gonna come in handy, I think, for Sui specifically in the context of gaming. And I think that these Sui names are going to be basically like the kind of the hype thing that's going to result in a lot of speculative activity in Sui's ecosystem, similar again like to meme coins on Solana, to AI agents on Base, and to emoji coins on Aptos. And with that being said, you might be wondering, okay, like, well, which crypto is going to benefit? I actually think the Sui name service crypto is going to do quite well, and I haven't looked too much into it. Again, we're going to be adding it to the poll today. I personally hope it wins the poll. But it probably will after this research feed post that I do, because I do think that the Sui name service, basically, guys, it reminds me, it's like a combination of virtual, like the virtual token, and like I guess I'll explain. Like, so for those of you who don't know, like with virtuals, if you want to launch or trade an AI agent, you need to do it with the virtual token. That's why the virtual token was going like parabolic, is because everyone who was, if you were speculating on AI agents on Base, you basically had to buy the virtual token. Like even if you paid with ETH, it would swap the ETH for virtual in the background and then use that virtual to buy the AI agent. So basically, no matter what you did, the virtual token was always capturing value. The interesting thing with Sui name service is that the Sui name service token it's kind of used like as a discount. So like if you want to mint a name, then you can use the Sui name service token to get like a discount on the minting cost, which is really interesting. But then all the secondary sales are done in Sui, so it creates this very interesting kind of like balance where basically all the minting of like names by like gamers, basically they're going to be incentivized to buy the NS token to basically mint their own username. But when it comes to the secondary marketplace, which is probably where most of the speculation is going to be, a lot of that will be determined by basically will be all those purchases will take place in Sui, which is going to create demands for the Sui token, for the Sui coin rather. So it's a really interesting balance here, where the NS token basically could see a phenomenon that's similar to the virtual token, but at the same time, the Sui coin could still benefit, because you could make the argument that if virtuals had used ETH to pool the AI agents, then ETH would have done a lot better, because you would have seen billions of dollars going into ETH to pool and to buy these AI agents rather than the virtual token. Sorry, I'm like going on a tangent there, but basically this just is very interesting to me, and I do hope it wins the poll. Again, the poll is going to be going live later today. Probably by the time you see this video, it'll be live on the Coin Bureau Club, and then on Friday we'll see who the winner is, and hopefully it's Sui name service, and then yeah, guys, and then hopefully that'll be the one we cover next Friday. And again, like one last thing I'll say, guys, when the crypto markets are going crazy like this, you have to remember, like, whatever's happening now, ignore what's happening now. Think about what's going to come next. Like, and I think this thing with Eric Trump is perfect. Everyone's focused on the Trump meme coin, but like everyone is just missing the fact that World Liberty Financial literally just bought I think they bought like $50 million of ETH over the last few days, and they hold over $100 million of ETH, and everyone's saying, oh, ETH is dead, Sol is, I can't stand this narrative. It's like Sol and the Trump meme coin and Solana, they're sucking all the liquidity out of this. Like that makes no, I'm not even going to explain. Like, just makes no sense. And meanwhile, all that quote unquote liquidity that's being sucked is going right into ETH, and like everyone's just like asleep at the wheel. And yeah, guys, like I do think later today we're going to see ETH probably pump, and everyone's still focused on the Trump meme coin, and I'm sure like as soon as that Trump meme coin tops, you're going to see ETH exploding, and then everyone's going to be caught off sides, and everyone's going to be panicking and running into ETH and Ethereum's ecosystem, right? And hopefully, this message gets out there before that happens. And again, guys, just don't don't pay attention to what's going on now. By the time you've heard about the Trump meme coin, you're already late, okay? When you're reading about the Trump meme coin in the news, sorry. I love Muse as a band, by the way. When you're reading about the Trump meme coin in the news, you're already too late to the trend, okay? It's over. It's over. You're like, for you, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, if you buy, sure, maybe you'll make another 1 or 2x or 3x or something, but you've missed most of the move. So start thinking. So whenever you read about something in the news and you're feeling FOMO, say, okay, like, where is the money going to go to next? And in the case of the Trump meme coin, it seems like the answer is into Ethereum, quite clearly, because all that capital it seems a lot of the capital from the Trump meme coin went into the World Liberty Financial ICO. And then the World Liberty Financial took those ICO funds and is using them to buy Ethereum. So that's where the liquidity is going. Anyways, guys, if you did make it this far, I do hope you found this video enjoyable. And if you did, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.